Edu.
With the power of Tandem HR, you are in the fast lane on Main Street with Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein, the show for business and jobs. Now, the champion of networking, the advocate of jobs, the guru of business, your host, Shalom Klein.
The great Bob Marley once said, every man got a right to decide his own destiny, and that's exactly what we're going to be discussing with my friend Chris Everett in just a moment. We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship and business. We talk a lot about business here. You are on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com, and while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information that you won't want to miss. It's a live show. You can call us at 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. This week, we'll be joined by guests Chris Everett of Everett Wealth Solutions, Alan Schusterman, and Rana Fisher, along with the new Playmaker Spotlight. And I'll be sharing some tips for you on drafting policies and procedures for your small business. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them at tandemhr.com. And we are brought to you in part by Everett Wealth Solutions, a registered investment advisor and financial planning firm, a fiduciary advisor that helps you create your personal wealth. You can find them at everettwealthsolutions.com or call 708-771-7777. Or, of course, you can listen right now while I'm joined by my good friend Chris Everett of Everett Wealth Solutions. Chris, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Shalom. Good evening to you.
Good evening, and go Cubs.
Amen. They're on a roll.
They are on a roll, and it's...
we should say they're on a bagel. Forget that roll stuff.
Oh, that's good, Chris. I didn't realize you're in comedy, too.
I am.
This is good. So, Chris, I am fascinated by your story. As we've shared with our listeners in the past, you and your team at Everett Wealth Solutions help families, help professionals. And I was just rereading your website, and you said that you wanted to be a doctor. Tell us what prevented you from becoming the MD or PhD or whatever you wanted to become.
Oh, good Lord. Once upon a time, that was so long ago. You know, my father had always pushed all of us to do the very best job in school that we could possibly do. I was an A student. I was always on the honor roll, always expected to do the best. But what I was surprised by was he wasn't going to send his daughter to college. Oh, my Lord. So I was a little bit shocked by that. So I find it interesting now, and I love my dad and mom. They just didn't position us for that.
Well, so you went the unconventional route. And,
I absolutely did. Now, my brothers did not. My brothers went to college, but I did it unconditionally, and I just really pulled out the stops and learned everything I could possibly learn. I probably have the equivalent of a master's degree by now, although not formally. I got to tell you, being self-taught does have its advantages.
It sure does. It sure does. So speaking about the unconventional route, I was with some colleagues earlier this week, or actually last week, rather. I can't believe the weekend is already almost over. And they were telling me how they listen literally loyally to their company's HR department. And when there's a benefits plan that's offered, they take it. And when there's an investment opportunity, there's a 401k that's available, they take it. Do you think that they are being wise, or perhaps do you have better guidance for my friends and colleagues?
Well, many amazing HR people and firms offer tremendous benefits, but they would be the first to tell you that they have no authority or really ability to counsel anyone. They offer benefits, and you really should go get some support, some decision before you make that choice.
So they're just
like anything
packaging.
else, you have to own it, right?
That's
and
correct.
So, it's like going into the candy store, going into, the 33 flavors of ice cream, What are you going to do, take them all? No, you better get some counsel before you start eating your ice cream.
Oh, that's for sure. When I go to the pharmacy, you don't always necessarily have to take what's the prescription that's handed to you. You could ask for a generic. You could ask for what options are available. And I believe that's what you're proposing, especially going to a professional to ask for what options are available that can actually provide a better future for your family. So what makes Everett Wealth Solutions different? Why are you more qualified than somebody in an HR department?
Well, we are a fiduciary firm, so we certainly would do whatever is in someone's best interest, and we're going to ferret out every choice that they have and help them understand those choices and make good decisions first. For example, let's say you're a parent and you're going to be sending your kids to college soon. How can your HR department really help you understand the rules and regs of higher education, the tax code, and financial planning? Well, they really can't. So you have to go and find someone who can stand in your corner and help you navigate all of that. For example, last month, President Obama changed the rules on how the free application for federal student aid is processed.
And that's called FAFSA, I believe. Many of our listeners.
Exactly. And so many people well, let's just say under the old rules, if you had a student heading off to college in 2017, and maybe you made some financial planning moves in 2015, those strategies, if they were related to your tax return, will show up on your tax return, obviously, in 2015. And instead of having a year to shelter those moves so they were legal and the school wouldn't actually investigate or talk to you about them, now that's an exposed strategy. So while there's a lot of press out there that say that the new FAFSA rules are amazing, if you have money and you're doing some strategic planning, I say you better get some counsel. So there's an example that I have on my website, which is kind of interesting. And it could either be a $4,200 mistake or a $15,000 mistake. So can I quickly tell you about it?
Please do.
Let's say you have a mutual fund worth $75,000 and you initially deposited $65,000. So you have a $10,000 capital gain. If the $75,000 was legally redirected into a non-countable asset for 2015, under the old rules, you could expect that you would save $4,230. Well, now that's an exposed move. You have to actually start so much earlier in order to make a move like that happen. And what if that $75,000 wasn't in a parent asset, but it was in a student asset, like an UTMA or an UGMA account? Or that would actually increase your EFC by $15,000.
Wow.
And so if you can please start earlier, I really love it when parents start with their kids in middle school, but at least by freshman year, start looking at all of your financial options. And if you work with a firm like ours, your students could actually earn $5,000 a year up through their junior year toward college. And with some of the financial money moves that mom and dad could make, together as a family, you could earn almost 1 year off of your college tuition. So out of a 4-year plan, let's say you're going to a $50,000 a year school, saving $50,000 is pretty nice.
Every family can use whatever they can take. So very helpful advice, both regarding college and you're right about the changes that are taking place. And I have a feeling that during the remaining term that President Obama, during the remaining time that he has in office, I know he's planning on continuing to make some changes. So our listeners should continue to pay attention. We'll have Chris on a lot to share that advice, but certainly don't wait until those changes are made. Learn more. Contact Chris Everett. So, Chris, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, a couple of ways. We do have a workshop coming up on October 17th, so if they went on the website and looked at our events calendar, they could find information there. But frankly, call us at 708-771-7777 or go to the website, which is everettwealthsolutions.com. And,
Chris, you're everywhere with advice. You have a YouTube page with some recorded clips. You're on Twitter at Chris Everett EWS, on LinkedIn and on Facebook, of course. So the advice of Everett Wealth Solutions is available everywhere, and our listeners should take advantage of that opportunity. That phone number, again, is 708-771-7777. And there is indeed a workshop coming up on October 17th. I'm looking at the information right now on the website at everettwealthsolutions.com. So, Chris, you didn't make it through college. What about your kids? Did they experience the college system?
Yes, they did. And what was interesting about that is their mother knew nothing about how to reduce the cost. So you can imagine, it's just hysterical that I do what I do now, helping parents to not pay the ridiculous sticker price and also making sure that their student is going in the direction in which they'll be fit to flourish.
Well, Chris has helped so many families, and you should become one of them. 708-771-7777. And the website, once again, is everettwealthsolutions.com. Chris, thanks again for joining us on the program. We'll check back in with you over the coming weeks, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Have a great show.
All right, thanks so much. Coming up, we're going to check in with executive business coach and award-winning Vista Chair Dick Smith. You're listening to Get Down to Business. As promised, at the end of the program, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how you can draft policies and procedures for your small business. But save the date. November 10th is the business event. Many of our listeners were there last year. It's an all-day free business expo. Check it out, thebusinessevent.com on November 10th. You're listening to Get Down to Business. Don't touch that dial.